Let me start with a question that may surprise you. What if I told you that deep in the forests of southern Nigeria once stood an African city, so well planned, so artistically advanced, and so politically organized that when Europeans first saw it, they did not believe Africans could have built it? A kingdom with paved streets when Europe still walked in mud. A kingdom with massive earth walls longer than the Great Wall of China. A kingdom whose bronze artworks were so perfect that Europeans claimed they must have been made by ancient Greeks. But the truth is this: this empire was African. This empire was Nigerian. This empire was Benin. And by the end of this story, I want you to answer this question in the comments. Do you think the world deliberately ignored African greatness? Or did Africa's story simply get stolen? Before we go deeper, if you love hidden African history that schools never taught you, pause right now and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Let's begin. The birth of a powerful kingdom. The Benin Kingdom rose around the 11th century AD in what is now Edo State, Nigeria, but its roots go even deeper into myth, spirituality, and royal destiny. According to Benin oral tradition, the kingdom began under the Obas dynasty, meaning kings of the sky. These rulers were believed to possess divine authority, ruling not just the people, but the land and spirits themselves. Later, the dynasty transformed into the Obas system we recognize today. One key figure stands out: Oba the Great. And make no mistake, without Oba, there may never have been a powerful Benin Empire. Oba the Great, the king who built a superpower. Oba ruled in the 15th century and is remembered as the architect of Benin's greatness. Here's what he did that changed everything: centralized political power, expanded Benin's territory, reformed religious practices, built massive defensive walls, strengthened guild systems, established strict royal protocols. Under Ewa, Benin transformed from a regional kingdom into a true empire. Let me ask you this: how many African kings do you know who completely redesigned their empire from the ground up? Drop a name in the comments. The Great Walls of Benin, Africa's forgotten megastructure. Now listen carefully, because this part will shock you. Benin City was surrounded by massive earthworks, moats, and walls known as the ear. Modern researchers discovered that these walls stretched over 16,000 kilometers when all segments are combined. They took hundreds of years to construct. They required advanced engineering and centralized labor systems. They may be the largest man-made earth structure in human history. Yes, larger than the Great Wall of China in total length. And yet, most Nigerians never learned about it in school. Why do you think that is? Let me know your thoughts. Before we continue, if this revelation alone is new to you, pause and subscribe, because this channel exists to uncover what history buried. A city that impressed Europe. When Portuguese explorers arrived in Benin in the late 1400s, they were stunned. They described Benin City as wide straight streets, organized compounds, clean public spaces, powerful royal courts, strict laws and order. One European visitor wrote, "The city is very great. The streets are wide and straight. The houses are arranged in good order." At a time when European cities were filthy and chaotic, Benin was structured and disciplined. Let that sink in. The Benin Bronzes art that confused the world. Now we come to one of the greatest artistic achievements in human history, the Benin Bronzes. These were not just decorations. They were historical records, spiritual symbols, political statements, royal archives in metal, crafted using the lost wax casting technique. The bronzes depicted Obas, queens, warriors, priests, foreign traders, court rituals, ancestral spirits. The precision was so advanced that when Europeans looted them in 1897, museums claimed Africans could not have made this. Some said the bronzes came from ancient Greece. Others said Atlantis. Anything except Africa. Why? Because accepting African brilliance would shatter colonial lies. Let me ask you, have you ever seen a Benin bronze in a foreign museum? Tell me where. The sacred Oba king, priest, and living god. The Oba of Benin was not just a king. He was considered semi-divine. He controlled religious rituals, political authority, military commands, trade negotiations, cultural laws. People bowed without looking directly at him. His words were law. His palace was sacred ground. And here's something fascinating. The Oba ruled through powerful guilds, bronze casters, ivory carvers, blacksmiths, woodworkers, court messengers. Each guild passed its skills through generations. This system ensured continuity, excellence, and loyalty. Before we go further, if you're enjoying this deep dive, pause and subscribe. Your support helps keep African history alive. Benin's military and expansion. Benin was not just peaceful and artistic. It was also militarily strong. Its army used iron weapons, coordinated formations, strategic expansion, loyalty to the Oba. Benin conquered neighboring territories and controlled key trade routes, linking the forest to the coast. The empire traded with Portugal, Spain, Netherlands. Exports included pepper, ivory, cloth, artworks. Benin was plugged into the global economy centuries before colonization. The 1897 invasion, how Benin was betrayed. Now comes the painful chapter. In 1897, British forces launched a punitive expedition against Benin. Why? Officially, they claimed Benin attacked a British delegation. In reality, Britain wanted control of Benin's wealth and independence. The result? Benin City was burned. Thousands of artworks were stolen. The Oba was exiled. Sacred traditions were destroyed. The Benin bronzes were shipped to Europe and sold to museums around the world. Today, many of them are still there. Let me ask you honestly, do you think these artifacts should be returned to Nigeria? Say yes or no, and explain why. The kingdom that refused to die. Here is the powerful part. Benin did not disappear. Despite colonial destruction, the Obaship survived. The culture survived. The traditions survived. Today, the Oba of Benin still reigns, a living symbol of continuity and resistance. Benin stands as proof that African civilizations were not erased, only interrupted. Why Benin history matters? Benin teaches us something critical. Africa was urbanized. Africa had science and engineering. Africa had global trade. Africa mastered fine art. Africa governed complex societies. And Nigeria holds some of the greatest civilizations humanity has ever produced. These stories matter. Your voice matters. This channel matters. Now it's your turn. Do you believe African history was intentionally distorted? Or do you think the world is finally beginning to tell the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this story opened your eyes, hit like, share this video, and subscribe to the channel, because the next forgotten civilization will shock you even more. See you in the next episode.